Yo, 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 yo. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Wake Up with Wasted and Big Mike. I'm your host, Wasted Talent. Shout out to everybody in the chat that's rocking out early. This is a show that we get started for the early birds and sick puppies out west, and for everybody who's waiting for the 1 o'clock games on the East Coast. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, man. This week is it's a very, very difficult week, man, in Raider Nation. We're going to see a team that we haven't seen in a few years, a team that is without Max Crosby. Now, as of right now, Max Crosby is listed as doubtful. Devontae Adams is listed as out. This is something else that we have not seen, right? But, for me, man, I try to be objective, but I am an eternal optimist when it comes to this Raider team. I'm not going to lie. I see a silver lining in this gray cloud. I see a silver lining. I don't know, about the wins, the losses, whatever, right? But I do see a silver lining. Today, we're going to go over all your prop bets. We're going to go over all your fantasy football stuff. We're going to cover the Raiders and the Browns. You know what I'm saying? Get wasted with your brother wasted. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Pay your bar tabs. And before we get rocking and before we get started, I want to let you guys know that this stream is powered by BetUS. BetUS has a promotion, and you guys can see it right up here to the right. 150% of your sign-up bonus up to $2,000 for your first deposit, up to 125% of your next two deposits, up to $2,000. Man, this is a tremendous deal if you're into sports wagering. Go on over there. Check out the BetUS Sportsbook. It is the most comprehensive sports book on the market. They have everything from the National Football League to snooker to politics. I mean, anything you want to wager on, it's over there at BetUS. So I would like for everybody to go over to BetUS and make sure you tell them Wasted Talent sent you guys. Listen, we are going to have some tips too, some gambling tips. So if you guys want that, let me know in the middle of the show. But let's get started. Let's get cooking. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to my guy, James Bowles, in the place, man. Top of the morning, mother effer. Let's get this dub today. Shout out to my guy, Rambo Raiders, man. My guy is all the way in the Philippines, man. So I'll be sleeping, not waking up at 3 a.m. any longer for this team until they start winning consistently and decidedly. Cheers, Raider Nation. Rambo Adventures, bro. Look, let's just keep it a buck here, man. Don't sell me that, bro. You are a sick puppy like the rest of us, and you will be waking up at 3 a.m. to watch this Raider team win, lose, or draw, and you know it, damn it. So get out of here with that. Get that F out of here with that. That F is wrong with you. My guy Terry Ogden's in the place. Raider 73. Raider Ryan is in the place. Raider Bone is in the place, man. Matt Barraquah, man, my guy. I kind of feel our season is on the line today. Mathematically, yes, there's a lot of football left, but a bad loss today will be like turning the Titanic. Man, Matt, you never lied about that, man. Shout out to my guy, Matt Barraquah. This guy is a football savant. My guy, Paper Chase Mace. Melissa Cervantes. Mikey the Barber's in the building. Shout out to my guy, man. Solomon Gross. George Cortinez. Get off my long gang general. My guy, Demented Raider. Lake Sin is in the place. 818 Raider. Duncan, Idaho. What the F are you doing in here, man? There is no Chiefs emblem. What the F is wrong with you, Duncan? About to get unceremoniously blocked coming in with that crap. Dave Maxwell. Steelers and the Texans. Parlay, what we think. Bro, we're going to get into that. We're going to get it. Oh, my God, Graphic Raider is in a place to be. Shout out to Graphic Raider, man. Up here, top of the morning to my brother, man. Raiden is in the place, man. Ray Cates. Martin B. Big Al. So we got over 100 in the room. So it's time to get cooking, y'all. So look, man, we're going to start with the Raider game. We are going to start with this Raider game. We're going to start breaking this down, man. Now, we are going up against the Cleveland Browns, as you all know, coached by Kevin Stefanski, quarterbacked by Deshaun Watson. 2023, they were a playoff team and were 11-6. Some of the key losses they've had this year is Marquise Godwin, Kareem Hunt, and Joe Flacco. They have Devontae Foreman, Zach Zinter, James Winston, Jerry Jeudy that they picked up this season. Now, The Browns are coming off a 21-15 loss to the New York Football Giants, and Cleveland's offense has taken a blow with injuries, man. And three-time Pro Bowler Wyatt Teller's dealing with a knee injury. I'm going to be honest with you, it's probably going to cause him to be out a few weeks, man. And according to the Browns head coach, man, they placed Teller on injured reserve on Wednesday, man. So now, additionally, left tackle Jarek Willis Jr. and James Hudson left Sunday's game with injuries. So they're really, really banged up front. This is an advantage for the Raiders. Hopefully the Raiders can capitalize on that, but we are banged up, as bad as you can, losing both of our best players on both sides of the ball, Devontae Adams and Max Crosby, as you all know, man. There has not been an update yet on their statuses, so we're going to check pretty soon. Myles Garrett will be playing. He played 42 defensive snaps against the Giants, 58% of their snaps, despite an injury he sustained in week 1. So Garrett has been productive in those games. He's notched 2 sacks, both strip sacks. He's tied for second in the league with 2 forced fumbles. He's going through these injuries. He's playing like a beast. He's trying to get better, man. But Myles Garrett is hobbled, man. So, the all-time matchup history has the Raiders leading this all-time history 15-10, dating back to 1970. The Raiders' record at home versus the Browns is 8-7. And the last time the Raiders won their last meeting, 16-14, December the 20th on December the 21st in Cleveland, man. It was a cold game. It's one of the only cold games I remember DC ever winning. The Raiders have won their last 4 games against the Browns, and it's their second active win streak against any opponent besides and not named the Denver Broncos. So we got to look at some of the stats, man. The Raiders are ranked 21st in the league in total offense, 295 yards per game. 4th in passing yards, 244. 32nd in rushing. That's ugly, man. 51 yards rushing. I see that trending a little upward today, man. And we're tied for 17th in the league in points per game. Defensively, the Raiders rank 30th in total defense, man. It's ugly, man. 23rd in passing defense and 29th in rushing defense, 27th in points allowed, man. The Browns are ranked 31st in the league in total offense, 30th in the league in passing, 152 yards per game, 24th in the league in rushing, 95 yards per game, and 25th in points, 16.7 points a game. And defensively, the Browns rank 12th in total defense, man. Whew. The Browns have been cooking, to be honest with you, man. 15th in passing, tied for 13th in rushing, 20th in points allowed, 22.3 points a game. We're going to go back to those numbers when we start getting to our prop bets. And I'm going to be real with you, man. The Browns have not allowed a lot of points, man, since the fourth quarter, man. The fourth quarter of, man, I gotta pull that stat up, man. But the Browns have not really been allowing many yards, man. The Browns are cooking, man. I can't lie, man. The Browns have been cooking defensively, man. The only thing is Myles Garrett is hobbled. You know what I mean? And we got to go out there and defend him with a rookie DJ Glaze, man. So it's going to get ugly today, man. They're going to have to make sure that they have some guys chipping. They got to make some guys get out there and get rocking, man, to try to defend this guy, man. 'Cause this guy's a beast, man. He is an absolute beast. Shout out to everybody in the chat. My guy, El Cheeto. We need Jalen Milroe. Bro, I'm going to be honest with you. I got to look at some more tape on Jalen Milroe. I'm kind of cool on Jalen Milroe, bro. I want a guy that's a pocket passer first, man. Pocket passer first. A lot of times, I am very leery on SEC quarterbacks with loaded football teams. I'm very leery of that. I'm not going to lie to you. But look, man, let's deal with the season at hand right now, man. I'm not even going to talk about college football right now. I'm not even talking about college football right now, man. I am not talking about college football. This is the NFL season right now. We are not going to get into that. We are still in the throes of a season. The Raiders have a chance to go 500 right now. And this is what we need to be focused on as a fan base, man. I'm not getting into college football right now. Are there players that I see and that, I'm like, hey, man, they would fit with the Raiders? You damn right, man. But at the end of the day, I am not doing that to my Raiders, man. It's too early in the season. It's way too early in the season for me to just jump ship on my Raiders, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Big Mike will be pulling up pretty soon. I just sent the link to Big Mike. It is on his Instagram, in his inbox. We got this thing rocking, man. Matt Masson, move Parham or JPJ to center. See, I don't know about that, bro. I don't know about that. JPJ to center, Parham, no. Parham's been playing pretty damn good at guard. I want to leave him where he's at, man. I'm going to be honest with you, man. I am going to be honest with you. Jay Rader, man, not looking good, fellas, but football is a different game. We got to force turnovers and hope they miss their opportunities. I mean, that's pretty much all you can hope for. The Raiders defense has to be stout as they possibly can be. It's funny, man, because, this is a Tyree Wilson special, man. Tyree Wilson has got to step up this game. He has never shown the ability to be able to really effectively get after the quarterback. Today would be a damn good coming out party. This is also a Christian Wilkins special. Now, Christian Wilkins is used to being the focal point of a defense in Miami where he was very, very productive, had a lot of sacks last year. And I'm going to be honest with you, man. Christian Wilkins was brought here. He was here to kind of be the 1B to Max Crosby's 1A. Now he's got to be the 1A today. He's got to be the focal point. He's got to be the guy that kind of sets the table for the rest of these young pass rushers. And we have to get after Deshaun Watson. We cannot have this be a game where Deshaun Watson has a coming out party and becomes the old Deshaun Watson, which we all know. That happens a lot with the Raiders, man. Before we get cooking too, man, shout out to Men of Order. Go over to menoforder.com. Use promo code WASTED. Get 30% off. Go over there. Go check out Flow. Go over there. Go check out all the supplements we got over there for all of my guys that are in the gym. I need to start getting back on my horse, man. I have put on a considerable amount of weight. And I'm really, before I got to rocking today, I went down in the basement and got busy. And after the show, we're going to get busy some more, man, because I got to stay around the house today. My guy, Rambo Adventures. If we could defeat Diddy, Oil Deshaun, and Blows Dicks, oh, my God. What the F is going on, Rambo? What the F are you talking about, man? With 20 bots from over there in the Philippines, 200 bots. Thank you, my brother, man. Thank you for supporting the channel, man. Then Blows Dicks, that would be the best. If not, time to make business decisions and trade DA, because let's face it, if you really think TT is going to sign him for $30 million a year, look, man, we're going to get into the Devontae thing. We're going to get into there's a lot of trade rumors floating around the Raiders right now. It seems like, the national media does not want the Raiders to prosper. And, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't really necessarily know what exactly is going on with the Davante Adams situation. A lot of people are speculating that he might not be as hurt as he claims. I am not going to do that. I'm going to take Davante Adams at face value. If the Raiders do wind up trading Davante Adams, I just hope that is something that is substantial that can help the Raiders move on and draft a quarterback next year, no matter where we sit in the draft. I don't want to see him leave for a 4th or 5th round pick or some nonsense like that. So, as of right now, Davante Adams is out. I am not going to play into the speculation of him not being here, and if the Raiders start and go on a losing streak, I'm going to be real with you. It's probably time to cut bait. The experiment didn't work. He won't be the first big-time receiver to wear silver and black where it did not work, and he won't be the last. You know what I'm saying? I want it to work out? Yes. But we've talked about this ad nauseum, and I'm sick of focusing on what Davante Adams is going to do or who's going to trade him or where he's going to go. I'm focused on right now. I'm focused on this week. I'm focused on the Raiders going out there and getting that dub, man. This is what I'm focused on, man. I'm not focused on anything else but that. That is the only thing I'm focused on. But shout out to my guy, man. Shout out to my guy, Rambo Adventures. You know you're going to be up watching this game, Rambo. My guy, Larry DM, with the $5 holla. Appreciate you for supporting the channel, my brother. Want the Raiders to win, but feels like this could be a fire sale if we lose. I feel the same way, Larry DM. I feel the same way. And I'm going to be honest with you, bro. If it is, it is. If it is, it is. It is what it is till it ain't. I am up here, and I am a guy who is like, all right, listen, man. Raiders, go out there, do what you got to do, win as many games as possible. We are not in the tank club. This is not what we do, man. This is not what we do. We don't tank. We don't F up. We go out there and we win. Just win, baby. That mantra is going to stay for the rest of my life, man. That's what I want the Raiders to always do. Salute to everybody in chat. Salute to my brother, man. Thor, man, we couldn't link up when he was in New York, man. I had so much crap going on, man. I got off of work late, man. I'm so sorry, Thor. Bro, I got to come out there and pull up on you, man. My bad, man. My guy, Big Mike Raiders in the place.
Yo. Bro. What's going on, bro?
Nothing much, man.
Shout out to the chat.
Shout out to you, man. We are up here, rocking and rolling early in the morning. This is a wake-up show. It used to be coined Wake Up with Wasted, but we have now rephrased it to Wake Up with Wasted and Big Mike Raider.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What it is, my brother.
Man, good, man. Top of the morning. Wake that ass up, man. It's game day. Let's get it. I got my Lyle on. It's time to get it.
Yo, my guy, man. 3 Mile Lyle, man. Yo.
Yes, sir.
Wait. Yeah. Yo, he said Raider Nation Unlimited. You right. Go to do an all-nighter. But no blow, no bitches, just 1,000 bottles a day. What the F is going on here,
Yo,
Rambo
just
Raiders?
go to sleep, Rambo.
Yo, Rambo, go to sleep. What the F is wrong with you, man? This guy's going full Diddy status right now.
Yo.
What the F is going on with you, bro? Rambo, you gotta chill, bro.
Man.
Wow. You got to chill, bro.
Yeah,
It's too early in the morning, man. You up here like Anthony and can't get right. What the F is going on here? Yo, Rambo is wilding, yo. Jeez.
Man.
My gosh, man. All right, so let's get into some damn football here.
Yeah, man. Let's
Man,
do
talk
it,
about some damn baby oil early in the damn morning, man. It's nasty working here, bro. The F is going on, man. Yo, so Big Mike, man,
Yeah.
I was running over, the Raiders-Browns matchup, man. What are some of your keys to the Raiders getting this dub, man? I wanted to get into this first to get the Raiders stuff, first, paramount. This is a Raider channel, and we're going to get into some fantasy football a little later. But what do you think some of the keys to victory for the Raiders are, man?
We got to finally see that run game. And whatever they got to do it, they got to do it today. Install some power, get Zamir White going. It's got to happen. On defense, got to be a full team effort. That offense has been struggling a little bit. They're dealing with a lot of injuries too on the O-line, running back. So we gotta get after them as far as if they're trying to establish the run. Gotta take care of business. Jack Jones and Ja'Cory Bennett is gonna have their hands full with Jerry Jeudy and Amari Cooper. So it's gonna be a full team effort in this one. It's gonna be the ultimate team effort.
Oh, yes, it is, man.
And kind of add on, if Max Crosby is your guy that is the spark of the team, him being gone also has to be the spark as well. They got to come out on fire, play inspired ball, unlike what we saw last week. They got to come out and take care of business.
Man, that Big Mike, man, I couldn't have said it better myself, man. Bro, you have to kind of galvanize this team. And, listen, this is where, a coach like an Antonio Pierce, who is an emotional coach, he is a leader of men. This is where, that aspect of his coaching style is going to reign supreme and be paramount. Antonio Pierce, this is Antonio Pierce special as well, man. This is an Antonio Pierce special. Antonio Pierce needs to galvanize this team by the next man up mentality. A lot of the young guys who have not gotten as much playing time because of the Devontae Adams of the world, because of the Max Crosbys of the world, because of the Thayer Mumfords of the world, because of the Devon Diablos of the world. It is time for Antonio Pierce to walk in there, carry all of the bravado, all of the leadership skills that he's had last year, and actually galvanize his team around the loss of these guys, man. It's time, man. It's time. And also what I would love to see from this Raider coaching staff is I would love to see the Raider coaching staff kind of open it up a little bit. Take some shots, down the field, open it up with some reverses, some trick plays, just things that they would not normally do, installing some power, using, somebody like I said, using a lineman, a Jordan Meredith, one of these guys to kind of help chip a Myles Garrett, because Myles Garrett, even though he is injured, Myles Garrett right now is still balling pretty damn well, man. I mean, the guy is an absolute monster, man.
Yeah, as long as he's on the field, you got to deal with him either way.
Yeah, I mean, unbelievable, bro. I mean, last week he played 42 defensive snaps against the Giants. That was 58% of their snaps. And Garrett was productive as hell, man. He notched 2 sacks, both strip sacks. He's tied for second in the league in that metric, man. I mean, the guy is a problem, man. I would hate to see what he's like 100% healthy.
Man, yeah, that'd be a big problem. And it's gonna be a big test for DJ Glaze. I don't know which side that Garrett plays on, but you know that he moves around, and if he's gonna be on that left side, on his left side, our right side, Glaze is gonna have his hands full, and hopefully all that getting beat up in training camp by Max Crosby paid off. Hopefully, he kind of feet to fire and got that callus, and he's ready to go for for Myles Garrett. Hopefully that's the case, man. Hopefully he's
Yeah,
ready.
man. Yeah, man. Hopefully. I mean, listen, there's no better litmus test than besides going against Myles Garrett himself, as opposed to going to Max Crosby. There's no better litmus test than that. So,
Right.
In practice every day, I think it's kind of good that he's had a baptism by fire by Max Crosby. So
Yeah.
this might, the level of play that he sees in practice, it might not be as big of a jump as others might think, but these are live bullets. This is a whole different situation. Let me get into the chat, man. Let me get into the chat, man. My guy Paper Chase Mates Glaze is gonna have his hands full. You listen, man. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Not only do I want to pause you for that, you filthy bastard, you, but he will definitely have his hands full. No pun intended, man. No pun intended, man. The Glazinator, baby. Yo, my guy, Steve DeLuna, might have to start playing with the smaller, speedy receivers with the big tight ends, and maybe they can give an offensive spark. It may be, man. But we are well beyond that, because we gotta kind of get into other parts of the Raiders injury report. Amir
Yeah.
Abdullah's questionable. There, Mumford, we touched on the DJ Glaze caveat of this. Devon Diablo has been out with an oblique. He is a starting pitcher, not playing because of an oblique injury. Cameron Richardson hasn't seen a snap all season. But Michael Mayer being out for personal reasons, man. Now, what do you make of this? Because Michael Mayer was supposed to provide a humongous part of the Raiders' offense. We were supposed to be 12 personnel down. We were supposed to exploit team defenses. We were supposed to be the second coming of Gronk and Aaron Hernandez. And it has not panned out that way. Michael Mayer has not been that productive. He hasn't been on the field that much. And it is looking like, and there have been rumors, that Michael Mayer might be on the chopping block and trade block.
Yeah. I mean, so far it hasn't worked out, but, a lot hasn't worked out. And, I put that on Getsy's lap. He's got to get better, more creative with pass play calling. And even Gardner Minshew, there's been times where Mayer was open. There was a lot of times where he was open. He couldn't locate him. So I put it on the scheme, and I put it on the quarterback. That's not necessarily Mayer's fault. But as far as the trade block goes, I think he's here to stay for now. And the personal reasons why he's missing this game, it might be some family issues or something like that. It might be a lot of other things other than a trade. So I'm going to reserve my judgment on that one. I don't think he's going anywhere. I think they want to headline those two guys moving forward for the future.
Yeah, look, I'm going to be honest with you. I can see Michael Mayer kind of wanting out. I can see it.
To be honest with you, yeah.
I can see it.
Yeah.
I can see it, man. Like, he had to be a pro about the whole, Brock Bowers situation, but everything is pointing to Brock Bowers damn near being our number one option.
Yeah.
Forget being the number one tight end option. I mean, today, Brock Bowers is a number one, target number one. You could mark that down for all my fantasy football players. If you got Brock Bowers, you start Brock Bowers like your life depended on it. If you got him anywhere in your roster, because if there's going to be any offensive play, it is going to come at the feet of Brock Bowers today. So you guys got to understand something. Michael Mayer was a guy who felt like, I'm drafting the second round. I am the heir apparent. I am the next in the line of rate greater tight ends. And then all of a sudden, not only do we draft the tight end the very next year, we draft probably the best tight end prospect in the last 20 years, beside not named Kyle Pitts or Rob Gronkowski. So look, let me tell you something, man. If I were Michael Mayer, I'd be a little pissed too, my brother.
Yeah, it's tough, and it's bad for his brand. And at some point, now I know that you're a team guy and stuff, but you're not getting them targets. You start looking around like, hey, where do I stand with this team? What number? What option am I? Am I like the fifth option? I can go somewhere else and do more work. I can be more impactful, with another team. And if the Raiders see like, okay, you're right, and maybe we can get something for you, because we need to start stacking draft capital, because, well, to be honest with you, this offense is horrible at this point, and they got to start stacking for the next season. So maybe you do, see what you can get draft capital wise down the line. I don't know what that would look like, but maybe you got to consider it.
Yeah, man. Look, this is the thing. Michael Mayers was a second round pick. We don't really know what the hell the Raiders will be able to fetch for him. Yeah. And see, and that's the thing that I think his value to us as a team
It's like
outweighs the
anytime.
value he would get on the open market. He hasn't
Oh,
really
yeah.
done a whole lot.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons why I've never been a big proponent of trying to run freaking Tyree Wilson out of there. God bless you, my brother. God bless you, man.
Thank you. I mean, yeah, you're right, man. It's like we do this with a lot of teams where with a lot of players where when we did Hunter Renfro, like, hey, let's get a third for him. Hey, well, he's still not even on a team right now. So, you know, it might be that situation, like you said, we're valuing him in a certain light, but the rest of the NFL don't see him that way.
Brother, let me tell you something, man. There is a part of Raider Nation where we tend to overvalue people on our roster.
Yeah.
We tend to it's like the person at the garage sale who wants to sell you, you know, their hula clock that they got on vacation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's not our value is not the actual market value.
Right.
And that's the problem. I think that Michael Mayer, you would want to go out there and see what kind of value he can develop and garner. Say, for instance, he's in a space where he says that, you know, he wants to move on from the Raiders, you know, and I don't know if that's the case. Now, there are a lot of people that find it peculiar. And look, I just feel like the media and people in social media, they make too much of certain statements. Now, this is one of the reasons why I wasn't a huge fan of Antonio Pierce calling out his team publicly.
Yeah,
this is exactly why I wanted Antonio Pierce to do that. Listen, I'm all for a coach holding guys accountable. I'm all for a coach calling people out. I call the people in my life out.
Yeah.
Right? This is a job. They're all men and should be able to take it. Right? The difference is for me is that I would have liked for him to do that privately. Because now you don't get the peanut gallery.
Yep.
Now, every time someone's out or every time somebody has some weird little situation, now it goes back to the business decision concept. Mm-hmm. And I feel like, I am not going to add fuel to the fire. We got to talk about it. We are a Raider channel, but I'm going to be 100% real with you, man. This looks a little weird.
Yeah. I mean, it's the classic, praise in public and critique in private. That's exactly what should have happened in that situation. You don't go out there in front of the national media with the same media that, find every little thing to try to knock the Raiders, and you go out there and give them some fuel. Like that was bad. That was bad practice. I know a lot of people don't agree with that. They like to hear, guys getting called out in public because we get to know what's going on. But, if you look at it in a real life situation, that's not a good look. A coach calling you guys out in public. That's not a good look. That's stuff you do in-house. That's stuff you do in film sessions. That's stuff you do at practice. And then when you go out into the public, you're like, hey, we got this. Put this on me. Like the things like that. Like
maximum accountability. That's what leaders do.
Right.
That's what leaders do. Leaders take on the weight and the brunt of the issues that are happening in-house, right? So us as men, us as fathers, us as husbands, most of us take on the brunt of the weight of our families.
Yeah.
Right. Now, I know this is different. If you're in a leadership position at work, there are a lot of us are out there with leaders. Right? I would like to think people that are in my chat are leaders, right?
Yeah.
You take on the brunt of the problems as a leader. The problem I had, I don't want to get too deep into this because this is last week. The problem I had with the Antonio Pierce thing is it seems very, very high school. That is the kind of shit that people do on social media.
Mm-hmm.
Where they make vague things. That's very social media-esque. You go out there and you put some vague status up there.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, I'm fitting to be single. ... Like the F we talking about here, bro. F we talking about. Shout out to my brother
making some changes.
Yeah, right. Get the F out of here, man. I got Graphic Raiders in the place, man. Keep Mayer even if he's quote-unquote unhappy. Fuck out of here. He's too good of a player. Young, and an early round guy that would be organizational mal-effing practice. You damn right, Graphic Raider. We got to give this man an applause. Thank you, Graphic Raider. Thank you. If there's any truth behind this Mayer story, which I don't believe, then this team is ultra cooked.
Yeah, man.
Woo! Warming it up there, Graphic Raider. Warm it up, Graphic Raider. Yo, my guy, Santiago B, man. Same issues, but different team. I can't even hate on y'all. I don't even know what the F you're talking about, but I can't hate on you neither, Santiago B. Shout out to you, my brother. Shout out to you, my guy, Mackey. Man, if our wide receivers ball today, Adams traded by next Sunday. Mackey ENT starting the Mackey, get that F out of here with that, man. Why the hell are you throwing this team under the bus? The hell is wrong with you, Mackey?
Yeah, I disagree, man.
I totally disagree. The F is wrong with you, man. Listen, man, I'm going to be honest with you, bro. Listen, we're going to get off of this whole who's traded, who's not. Let's deal with who's here, man. So, look, for me, right, I'm looking for a humongous game from Trey Tucker. Trey Tucker has been one of the bright spots for this offense this year.
Yeah.
Trey Tucker is a guy that, you know, as his usage rate has increased, he has actually shown improvement and played better, man. You know, I would love to see, and Jacoby Myers is looking pretty damn great anytime he gets featured in his offense, man. Now, you know, Trey Tucker is interesting, man, because he's a guy that I would like to see in conventional offensive plays and have plays called for him, but I would love to see him get some gadget plays called for him. It's always a good idea to have a guy of that level of talent get some touches in space, right? So he's got 14 targets for the season, man. He's had 11 receptions, tied for 36 in the National Football League, 131 receiving yards, and one receiving touchdown. He has an overall 60.3 PFF grade. I don't know how much credence you put into that. He has 0 drops this year, and he's averaged 11.9 receiving yards per reception, man. And his passer rating when targeted is 129.5. So those are very, very plus stats that I would love to see the Raiders key in on, man. Would love to see it, man.
Yeah, jet sweeps, throw some bubble screens, not on third down, but let's throw some bubble screens in rushing situations and get him open on the field. I'm gonna list out a bigger picture for Trey Tucker and Devontae Adams. If he's truly dealing with a hamstring injury, you already know how them hamstring injuries are, man. Like, they last for a minute. You might feel good one week, you go out there, you try to put that double move like he likes to do, and then boom, now you got a hamstring all over again. This might linger throughout the season, and if that's the case, Trey Tucker might be having a big season this year. He might be in for a big season.
Man, he damn well might be, man. I mean, now, you know, this game, man, for the Raiders, the odds is even money odds. There are a lot of people, man, who in the national media, the line has kind of trended towards the Browns. But, you know, earlier in the week, right here, and I have, you know, those odds. Earlier in the week, the spread was up, the Browns +1, Raiders being favored. Over under 38 points. I don't necessarily know how I feel about that. Now, this was earlier in the week before the injury reports, and it shifted.
Shifted.
Now, we have another little prop going out there. Gardner Minshew, over 203 passing yards. Or, you know, I'm gonna be honest with you, I would take that on the money line, man. Zamir White, you know, over 44 rushing yards because of the absence of Devontae Adams. I think that they're going to shoehorn Zamir White into this offense. I think they're probably going to come out with Alexander Madison as a starter, but they're going to shoehorn Zamir White and give him a lot of touches. I would take the over on that. Brock Bowers, over 41 receiving yards. You take that like your life depended on it, goddammit. And I'm going to tell y'all something, man. If you guys are going to place your bets, if you're going to go out there and you're going to wager, if you would like to wager, if this is something that you were into, go on over to BetUS. Go on over to BetUS. 150% on your first deposit up to $2,000 and 125% of your next two up to $2,000 as well. Use YouTube 150. You guys see it up there in the corner. Go on over there. Get all your gambling done over at BetUS. Tell them Wasted Talent sent you. Now, Big Mike, my brother, we're going to get into the chat. Then I think we're going to transition to a little fantasy football. We're going to start juking and jiving, a little bit of gambling. It is going to be most splendiferous, man. Most splendiferous, man. Now, my guy, Walt, we are still waiting for your mock draft, Walt. A year to make it. It will be the greatest. It is like the Ballad of Dewey Cox, man. Pause if necessary. Yo, biggest bright spot we need today to shine is Tyree Wilson to shine, bro. Listen, I don't know if it's even possible, bro. At this point, I don't really see the bend and the speed from Tyree Wilson. What are you expecting out of Tyree Wilson this week, my brother?
Man, if he can't get to the quarter, I've said this week in and week out at this point. If he can't get to the quarterback, use him long arms and bat the ball down. At least. We know that he doesn't have the bend. He doesn't have the speed to get off. He had an offsides penalty last week where he was offsides, past the line of scrimmage and was still the last person to get off the ball. Like, this is Tyree Wilson. This is what we're getting from him. So at this point, he's got to use his strengths to his advantage. If he can't get to the quarterback, put them hands up and at least cause some disruptions right there, man.
That's a damn shame, bro, that his only strength is being a big motherfucker with long
right.
Excuse my language, man. Excuse my language, y'all. I know it's early in the morning. This is a PG show early in the morning, but gosh darn it, I'm gonna be honest with you. Who gives a F? Look, I'm gonna pull up Tyree Wilson's numbers on PFF, man. Shout out to Pro Football Focus, man. This man has 3 solo tackles on the year. 70 a plus. That's why you got to question PFF, man. He got a 75 grade against the run, man. 54.6 against pass rushing snaps, man. He has really done not much out there. A lot of killing grass. He's got 1 hurry, 1 hit, 2 total pressures, and 3 effing tackles. This guy is the first round 7th selection in the Raiders. He is 6'6", 275 pounds of pure dog shit. So listen, right now, yo. God damn. I got to stop smoking this shit here. What the F is going on here? What is going on here, yo? Why, Big Mike? Why, man? What just happened here, man? I got a wild. Wow. F is wrong with me, man. Oh my God!
Damn, you're only saying what we're all thinking, man. That's what it is.
My brother Patrick B with the $100 bomb. I don't know what channel it's on, but thank you nonetheless, man. Appreciate you, my brother. 3 words: just win, baby. I don't care how or who has a big game. All that matters that we just win. Raiders! Shout out to my brother Patrick B for supporting both platforms, man. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you for keeping the lights on here, man.
Oh yeah, salute, man. Salute to you, man.
Yo, salute. So look, man, I'm gonna be 100% real with you, man. This is a Christian Wilkins special, man. Christian Wilkins was brought in here for a hell of a lot of money. He had a terrific year last year, and I'm expecting for Christian Wilkins to kind of show up and show out. This is a guy who last year was featured. He was featured really most of his career. And he's been a 1A. He's a guy that's used to being double and triple team, man. I expect for Christian Wilkins to show up, man. I expect for him to be the guy who kind of can be the table setter for this Raider defense right now, because we're going to need it. Now, Christian Wilkins, we're going to pull up some PFF grades for Christian Wilkins, man. Christian Wilkins, 9 solo tackles, 2 assists, 1 sack, 69.1 overall grade, 73.0 against the run, and 61.8 pass rushing grade. We're going to need for that to trend up a little bit. He's one of the premier interior defensive linemen in this league, man. And I'm going to be real with you, man. When you go off of what he did last regular season, now we're going to go into 2023 right here. 2023, he was phenomenal last year. He had 10 sacks, 12 assist tackles, 39 solo tackles, man. Plus grades all across the board, 74.9, 71.5, 72.8. The guy was a wrecking ball last year. 1 forced fumble, 16 hits, 58 pressures from the defensive tackle position, man. And he played, damn near every snap last season. The guy was phenomenal, man. And, he is ranked as one of the top defensive, we're going to go into PFF's top interior defensive players, man. They have Chris Jones, number 1, his, Clemson teammate Dexter Lawrence, number 2, Quentin Williams, number 3, Derek Brown for the Carolina Panthers, who's out, number 4, Cameron Hayward, which is crazy because Cameron Hayward does not play a whole lot, 5, DeForest Buckner, number 6, I can see that, Javon Hargrave, Jeffrey Simmons at 8, Jalen Carter at number 9, Christian Wilkins at number 10. Now he's a top 10. I would have him a little higher. I'm not going to lie. And I'm not just saying that on some Raiders shit. Like, for real, I would have Christian Wilkins rated a little higher than that. But Christian Wilkins is definitely a plus player. He's a guy who really needs to kind of step up for this team, man.
Yeah, I agree. And you know what? I think he will. I got him for at least a sack in this game. Now, I don't know on the sports books where you can find that. It's probably like for him, it's probably over 0.5. So if you can get that on the board along with the 3 that you saw, the Brock Bowers, the other ones that you showed earlier, if you can
Yeah.
stack those 4, hey, that's a good payday. Look for Christian Wilkins to get a sack, man. I think he has to step up. I think he will.
So we got to go out there because we got there's a lot of prop bets up here. There's a lot of action here. There is a lot of action, man. Some of the best prop bets are the Brock Bowers one. The Brock Bowers one, 4.5, receptions. Take the over on that.
Yeah, no doubt.
Total carries over 6.5. Alexander Madison, take the over on that.
Yeah.
Over 20 yards, Alexander Madison. Take the over on that.
Mm-hmm.
There's a prop bet for that. And then you also have, Gardner Minshew, man. Gardner Minshew is a guy where, the over under on that, the odds are 108. The under is 127. So going over there, check out not Brock Bowers, but Gardner Minshew, take up some of that action. There's a whole lot of prop bets out there, man. There's a whole lot of actual bets that we're going to get into. But I want to get more to the fantasy football aspect of this game, bro. Now, when you start talking about the matchup that we have today, man, who are some of the guys that you would see, shine in fantasy football in this Raider Brown game, man?
I mean, we already mentioned Brock Bowers, man. If you're playing in a PPR league, he can get a lot of receptions. I think he's up for about 7 in this game. He has to be headlined in this game. I can't see any other way. Jacoby Myers, he's good for a touchdown. I think he's good for a touchdown.
Jacoby Myers with the tutty.
Yeah. So, get him with a touchdown. PPR leagues, he might not get the volume that you want, but he's going to get the touchdown. So fantasy wise, that's a good look. Running game, I think is going to be a little bit better. You still want to avoid Zamir White. You still want to avoid Madison until proven otherwise.
He's going to have a breakout game for people to kind of buy into the whole Zamir White experiment.
Right.
And for all of you guys who don't know, really quickly, I don't mean to interrupt you, man. Yeah. There are some people who don't understand exactly, what we're talking about when we start talking about like money line and all this other stuff. So we're going to educate you. We're into giving you guys information, not affirmation. Now, what a money line bet is, it's one of the most basic bets you can place on an online sports book. Now, when you're wagering on a team's money line odds, you just need to know, that team wins. So you're pretty much taking the team up front for a dub. It doesn't really matter, what the spread is or anything like that. Yep. So, if you want to consider what cash you get in these odds, man, like say, for instance, it's a game between the Chicago Bears and the Denver Broncos or something like that, right? The money line would be 107 for like the Denver Broncos, and the Chicago Bears, it'd be, minus 205, right? The odds that are listed are, the money line odds are relative to $100 wager. So it means that if you place $100 bet, on the Denver Broncos, you'll get $170 back if they win, plus your $100 wager back.
Yeah.
But if, the Bears as the favorites, the odds means, negative 205. So you would have to wager $205 on the Bears to get your $100 profit. So that's what the money line bet is, man. Now, we're going to give you guys some more of those little tidbits as the show goes along, because there are a lot of people who ask that and they just don't know. And like I said, we're into giving information over here, Big Mike. We are into giving information. Let me get into the chat, man. Listen, we are going to get into the chat. Walt, you are about to be unceremoniously blocked.
Walt.
Limited feature wasted talent. I put some cash on Zach Crockett, 2 rushing TDs. Get the F out of here, Walt. The F is where's your mock draft, Walt? And Walt, another thing, what are you cooking today on the smoker? That's the only thing we want to hear about.
This man might need to get blocked. This dude said he's about to go season his meat.
Yeah, Walt, this is disgusting. What the F is going on here, Walt? Walt, oh, man.
Angry man, what you doing here? Man, sit your ass down.
Walt, sit your ass down, man. What's wrong with you, Walt? Seasoning meat and all this filth. It's early in the day, Walt. Shout out to my brother, Walt, man. He said, don't do it, wasted. Offensive prop bets until they show us something, man. So far, I'm showing a predictable run game to panic QB. Yeah, man. Some people might want to avoid the Raiders. Some people might want to avoid the Raiders. We're going to get into some other teams too, guys. So, guys, this is what I want you guys to do. We'll go back to the gambling stuff. I want you guys to get your fantasy football questions in. We're going to start answering them. We are almost an hour in. We're almost an hour in, man. My guy, my brother, the great and powerful Thor. The dog's been killing it through 3 weeks in the NFL. Chalk bettors been taking a beating, bro. Yeah, man. The dog, listen, the underdogs have been killing it, bro. This has been a weird, helter-skelter kind of year in the National Football League, man. What do you make of some of these dogs that are just, bro, it doesn't seem like this is a chalk league anymore, man. Like, you never know, man. You never know.
It starts to surface the contenders and the pretenders around this point. The first 4 weeks of the season is the new preseason. So teams are still trying to figure it out, especially on offense. You heard in the press conference earlier that it was mentioned like the defense is more ahead than the offense typically. So teams with sound defenses are the ones that are kind of prevailing in this situation. But I think it's going to surface at some point. We're going to start getting status quo again. The guys that you were expecting to win, they're going to come back and handle business. And the ones that, were considered the underdogs are going to continue being in that underdog status.
Yeah, so, man, Big Mike bringing the smack once more. So we got a fantasy football question. Is definitely a booger. You damn right. Listen, it's never a nose ring. It's always a booger. Yo, shout out. Should I start Deebo Samuel, man? Yo, that's a goated name, yo. That is a goated name, yo. Yo, so should you start Deebo Samuel? Now, right now, Deebo Samuel is still on the San Francisco 49ers list of injuries, man. So right now I have the league's active and inactive list up. So, the players' names that are in that tackle list is questionable. Doubtful will miss their most recent practice. So, Deebo Samuels is a guy that, has a calf injury that he's dealing with. You know what I'm saying? And it's looking like right now that, Deebo is a guy that's doubtful for today. So I would avoid Deebo Samuel at all costs until he's proved that he's healthy enough to come out there and do what he's got to do and play at the level that he's normally plays at. We got over 400 in the room. Get wasted with your brother, wasted, tell a friend, and salute to everybody out there. My brother, Rambo Adventures, brother looking for a positive Tyree sign is like thinking the blade
Wow.
is your future wife. Oak knows the blade. Yo, oh man, he talking about the blades to dog. What the F is going on? Yo, Rambo, you have gone full ant right now. You have gone full ant. You've gone full can't get right. You have gone full Jenny Castillo right now. What the F is going on, Rambo? What is going on right here, man? You got Tourette's or something today?
Rambo's on one, man.
Rambo is on one. He is filthying up this chat today. The F is wrong with you, Rambo? Yo, that's hilarious. Not the blade, yo. Yo, my guy, 2 stock with the 199 bomb. Xavier Legette or Michael Wilson, Tucker or Jacoby. Now, is this a PPR league? I'm going to be honest with you. I'm starting Xavier Legette. Andy Dalton will now see. Is Andy Dalton are they still starting Andy Dalton? This is what I need to know. Yeah. This is what I need to know. If you start Andy Dalton, I would be going to Xavier Legette because Andy Dalton is going to probably target that kid. That kid is a physical freak. I think Andy Dalton's going to feature him.
Yeah, I think my thing is with Michael Wilson. Kyler Murray's been finding Marvin Harrison Jr. a lot. He's going to start getting that special treatment at some point, and that's going to leave Michael Wilson open. Maybe it's that this week. You never know. Keep your eye on Michael Wilson, though, but I would start Legette at this point.
Yeah, look, I'm going to be honest with you. The last week, Marvin Harrison got a target 11 times. Mm-hmm. I'm starting to think that, Marvin Harrison is wide receiver number 1. He's a guy you cannot ignore. I don't necessarily know how many times that Wilson is going to be targeted, but what I do know is that they didn't draft Xavier Legette as high as they did to not feature him in that offense, man. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So
yeah, that's true.
for me, that's the reason why I'm going Xavier Legette. Now,
Yeah.
you have a situation where you got a Kyler Murray who has been a great fantasy quarterback, but if we're being honest, Kyler Murray is a guy who sometimes runs a lot. He's a
Mhm.
guy who sometimes runs a lot, so that also can cut into the amount of targets, man. But Marvin Harrison Jr. had a team high 11 targets, 5 catches, 64 yards last week and a touchdown. He should have another good week, man.
Yeah.
You know, against one of the worst fantasy defenses against wide receivers. So that could be a caveat of why you might want to start Michael Wilson, man. You know,
Yeah.
Washington has allowed 14 catches and 209 yards and 3 touchdowns to the
Mhm.
Bengals wide receiver group. And this could be a shootout with Marvin Harrison Jr. getting plenty of attention. Damn.
And you know what? The Panthers play.
I'm rethinking. Oh, I'm sorry, Mike.
Yeah, the Panthers play the Bengals. The Bengals need a win, man. They're better than that 0-3 status that they have right now. I think that you might want to go Michael Wilson here. In real
Man.
time, I'm kind of switching it up,
Yeah,
man.
real time. I'm switching it
Yeah.
up too, guys. Real time.
Yeah.
I'm switching it up too, man. I'm
Yeah.
sorry for that. I am sorry for that, but real time, I'm gonna switch that up, man.
Yeah,
I'm
Michael
gonna switch that
Wilson.
up. Michael
all
Wilson
day,
and Jacoby Myers is gonna be wide receiver number 1 today. And the Raider offense, who needs to score points.
Yeah.
The Cleveland Browns have been a pretty decent defense this year. They've been pretty good against the pass, but I'm gonna be real with you. You're gonna see a lot of Gardner Minshew early and often, and this Raider team has not been as bad as you think as far as scoring points. Now, a lot of these points have come in garbage time, but needless to say, garbage time counts in fantasy football.
It really does, unfortunately. That's the worst.
Yeah,
That's
it does, but hey, man, it happens, man. It counts.
Yeah.
Man. We got almost 500 in the room, man. Get wasted with your brother. Wasted. Tell a friend to tell a friend, man. I mean, this is amazing, bro. It's an amazing turnout for Wake Up with Wasted, man.
Man.
Yo, and two stocks that it's a half PPR league.
Half PPR?
Yeah, it's half PPR, but it's
Okay.
cool. Yo, Mike, look, East Coast Gridiron says Michael Wilson and Tucker. I think East Coast Gridiron is a guy who loves to go against the grain. You go Jacoby Myers, man. You go Jacoby Myers.
Yeah.
Jacoby Myers is the guy who's been more consistent. He's going to be the number 1 guy. Shout out to my brother, East Coast Gritted it orange.
Yeah, Tucker has like a really high boom or bust. You know, like if you want to gamble, if you're gambling, go with Tucker. You know, but if you want the for sure, you try to play it safe, go Jacoby Myers.
Yeah, that's a fact. Yo, my God, Joe Capital Ramos bringing it back to a Raider perspective. This is a Raider platform, yo. Y'all, if the Raiders beat the Browns today and beat them convincingly, who would that reflect worse on? The players or the coaches?
Mm.
I mean, I don't know whether a win could reflect negatively on either party. You know what I mean? These are human beings. We're not dealing with avatars here. It was a bad week, a bad situation. Just bad all the way around. So if we get the dub and we get it convincingly, then I think it will reflect positively on both parties. And I think that is, a situation where you put a pin in what happened last week and just move on. I don't view it from a prism of it has to have a negative connotation to the Raiders, winning a game. I think it's always positive.
Yeah, I agree. And it's the coaches is they got a lot of pride going on. It's a lot of pride with them right now. Even with the team, there's a lot of pride going on. That has to be a factor of what's going on. You're depleted. You got a lot of guys, out right now. But at the end of the day, that matters. That matters for a team that prides himself in playing tough, hard-nosed ball. So, if they win, it can only be a positive in this situation because that means that the what they're trying to instill as far as a culture is working.
Yeah.
We're on the right track. That's what that means if they win this game.
Yeah, and also it means that the message was received, and that was an effective coaching tactic.
Right.
It means the message was received. Like
right.
You want to see faith. Not faith, but you want to see, that reaction, right? You want to see what these guys are made of. I think if you do get a win this day and you get a convincing win, that means that, this team got challenged and they responded and they're dogs and our coach knew how to motivate his team, man.
That's right.
Yo, my guy, Indiana Raider. Shout out to Indiana Raider, man. Always bringing a smack. Warming it up today, Big Mike. Wasted with DA out. Does this relieve the pressure on Minshew not thinking I got to target DA all day?
It's a possibility.
It's a possibility, man. I mean, there's also there's a tab to be paid for having a special Hall of Fame player on your team.
Mm-hmm.
He makes it easier for you in a lot of ways, especially if you're securing your spot as an incumbent starter. If you're securing your role on the team and you're a guy who knows going forward that they're going to, no matter what, by hook or crook, they're the starter. But with Gardner Minshew, he's an at-will employee, man. He is like an employee that's hired into a union job who has not made his requisite time for the union. He knows that he's being judged in quarters, right? And if he doesn't make Devontae happy, and if the fans don't see him hooking up with Devontae, they're going to call for his head.
Yep.
I think this allows Gardner Minshew to play loose. I really believe that, man. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. And here's the thing about a Hall of Fame receiver. In order for you to make a Hall of Fame receiver, you have to have a quarterback who's at the very least serviceable and can get the ball to him. Because without the wide receiver, without his numbers, the quarterback has to get him the ball. There's no way that the wide receiver gets his numbers without him. So, there is going to be, because, Devontae Adams is at the high status of, he's a future Hall of Famer and things like that. There is a pressure to get him the ball because that this guy has that status. This is a Hall of Fame guy. In the back of your mind, you got to think like, man, I got to get the ball to him. This is a guy, if he's unhappy, he might be gone, blah, blah, blah. Eyes are on him, spotlight, things like that. So because of that, he's gone now. Maybe that puts a giant weight off of Minshew where he can kind of just evenly distribute and not have to think about it.
Yeah. Let's hope so, right? Yo, my guy Joe Capital Ramos, man, with the $5 holler, man. I just don't want no more start and stop season. Get the win and just keep building on it, bro. And that's pretty. Listen, bro, I want my growth to be like my stock portfolio. I want it to keep going this way.
Mm-hmm.
This is what we want, right? This is what we prayed for. This is what we thought we were getting, right? We thought we were getting consistency. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. There are bumps and bruises here. You don't have a franchise quarterback, right? And you don't have a coach that's proven. And there are going to be bumps and bruises. Now, when you look at teams in NFL that win, you show me the starting quarterback and you show me the head coach, and I'll show you a winning football team.
Yeah.
You start looking at the 49ers. Purdy, been pretty damn good.
Right.
Kyle Shanahan, pretty damn good, right? Andy Reid, freaking Patrick Mahomes, a Hall of Fame pairing right there.
Mm-hmm.
Best coach and quarterback in the league. Boom. That's why they've had the results that they've had. When you start talking about Josh Allen and what they got going on there in Buffalo, man, when you start looking at all of these little caveats, man, and even down there with the Texans, man, CJ Stroud, man, and DeMeco Ryans, that is looking like a damn good pairing. Freaking in Detroit, Dan Campbell. And so with the Raiders, it's already an uphill climb as it is because we don't have the quarterback and we don't know if we've located the right coach for this football team. But what I will not have in here, what I will not have in my chat is a bunch of effing nonsense. I will not effing have it. Now, what the F is going on here, man? I've been seeing people up here mentioning some effing nonsense, man. And I'm going to put this up, and I normally don't. Lived in Oakland and been a Raiders fan for over 2 decades. My guy, Real Hip Hop. Shout out to you, Real Hip Hop. But I got to do it to you. I got to say this ain't it. Let's stop being delusional and bring back Gruden. What the F is wrong with you, Real Hip Hop? Why would we do that? This guy was terrible when he was here. Why the F, man?
Shut your lame ass up.
Man, get the F out of here. Why the F will we bring him back?
Yeah.
Stop looking behind us, yo. Look forward. Look to the future. Why the F will we go and bring in John Gruden ass? He belongs right where he's at, down the dollar YouTube, bloviating over players.
Right.
Why the F will we bring that guy back?
We got to stop doing this, bro. We got to stop doing this. If we had a little bit of success with some guy, let's bring him back. Let's bring back Tom Cable. Let's bring back what's the dude's name? Every
Jack
single
Del Rio.
Jack Del Rio.
Hey, man, let's bring back Mike White. All right, let's go get Hugh Jackson right while we're at
Jackson. Yeah, that's who I was thinking.
Let's go get Hugh Jackson.
That's a tutorial that says you know what the fuck you doing.
What I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let's bring them back. Let's bring them all back. Get the F out of here with that.
Bring back Art Shell for a third time. Let's make that happen too.
That's right. Let's bring the Art Shell combo back, man. But what I'll tell you is this, man. You know, the only way you're gonna get Gruden back. It's the only way you're getting Gruden back here. I'll tell you right now. Hey, man, you know I always, hey, man, anytime I get a chance to pop out and, Wasted Talents channel, man, I'm always happy, man. Now, you guys want to bring me back, huh, man? Hey, man, you guys remember that year I had 3 first-round picks? Man, that was a great year, man. Damon Arnett, man. Man, what a great pick right there, man. What do you think, man? Hey, Big Mike, how'd you like that one?
Yeah, not so much. Not
I
so
think,
much.
I think he's somewhere holding up a liquor store, man.
Right.
Let me tell you something, man. Damon the Goat Arnett, man. Let me tell you something, man. Hey, remember that year we had 2 first-round picks, man?
Yeah.
Treyway Khalil Mack, man. Jonathan Abram, Cleveland Farrell, man. How's that looking right now, man?
Not good either, man. Not good.
Hey, man.
Either.
Hey, man, it was a damn good pick. Henry Ruggs, man. Great pick. You know where he's at right now, man? 3 hots in the cot right now, man.
Yes,
I'm going to tell you something right now, man. And that's not funny, man. Not making a joke about Henry Ruggs. But what I can make a joke about is Gruden's draft history, man. Josh Jacobs no longer here, man. That's the only guy he's ever drafted that was worth the shit. I'm tell you something, man. If you want John Gruden back, man, it'll be over Wasted Talents, dead, cold body, man, because we don't want that mother effer back here ever again, man. The only way you're going to get John Gruden is you're going to get non-Gruden back, man. Let me tell you, I don't even know if he's going to be on my channel anymore. It's getting a little old. Yo, shout out to everybody, man. My guy Rambo in the place, man. Started the day with a Bloody Mary Sunday on a beach with a bunch of expats. Now, Wasted's keeping me awake like 4 lines of crystal meth back in the 80s. Shout out to you. I didn't even, bro, that is news to me. I didn't even know they had crystal meth in the 80s, man. Shout out to you, man.
Yeah, really.
I didn't even know they had it in the 80s, man. I didn't even know, man. Shout out to you. The Rambo Adventures is a gentleman and a scholar. He is enlightening us on all of the worst things that possible. The F is wrong with you, man. The F out of here. My guy, 2 thumbstack. Bring back Gruden. Get the F out of here.
What are we talking about, man? Come on.
Gruden built the Super Bowl team. What Super Bowl you talking about, bro? What Super Bowl we talking about, man? Are we talking about the Snooper Bowl where Snoop Doggy Dogg had fantasy football? Like a Pop Warner Super Bowl? Man. He has been banished from the nation. Get him the F out of here, man.
Yeah, it's not a good move, man. I mean, to nicely put it.
Yo, DeMarcus Webb, Tom Cable for security at the Wynn Club.
You'll get the job done. That's for damn sure, bro.
Yeah, man. Get the F out of here. We ain't bringing him back, man. Yeah, Chucky has unfinished business. We were Super Bowl bound before. No, we were. Get the fuck, bro. Y'all trolling me. I'm not feeding into this bullshit for real. I'm not feeding into. There's no way y'all can tell me that y'all felt that we were Super Bowl bound when Gru was here. What the F are you talking about, man?
Yeah, I don't know.
What the F are you talking about right there? DeMarquise Wilder, man. Dig up John Madden while we're at it. Oh, man. Oh, my God. What the F is wrong with you? The disrespect, DeMarquise Wilder. The disrespect. You ever disrespect John Madden like that?
Man.
Go get a turducken after this. The F is going on, man. Yo, my guy Real Hot said if Ruggs never went to jail, we didn't went to the Super Bowl. So we were just a Henry Ruggs away from the Super Bowl. The F out of here, man. Seriously, bro. You gotta cut that shit out. You gotta cut that shit out, man. Yo, man. Jay Gruden to replace Getsy. Walt would do it, man. I don't want Gruden nothing here. Get him the F out of here. Rambo at Big Mike Radio, still trying to get my head around Murph and Raider Fan Radio at the Craft Fest last night. Everyone was talking about Chucky coming back. Yeah, people talk about it. Listen, bro. Look, they can talk about all they want. I don't want that mother effer here. I don't. I want us to look forward. Leave the past in the past because the past wasn't that fucking great, bro.
Yeah,
excuse my language. Excuse my language. And I heard Murph, shout out to Murph and Radio Fan Radio. They were there. They were talking to JT the Brick and all these people.
Yeah.
Listen, we know Mark Davis loves John Gruden, but I'm going to be honest with you. Mark Davis would lose a considerable amount of steam, and he would lose me as a supporter of him if he were to go backwards. If you're going to make a change from Antonio Pierce, you better go get a young, bright mind. I don't want to go get somebody who was good 20 effing years ago.
Yeah.
Do you know the last time? Like, yo, like we saw that movie already. We don't got to wonder anymore.
Yeah.
We don't got to wonder. The F out of here with that nonsense. Seriously, man, that pisses me off, yo. They better not bring him back. If you're going to move on from AP, you better go and get a new guy. You better go get Ben Johnson or somebody like that. You better not bring this mother effer back. Get him the F out of here.
I wouldn't even want him as an OC at this point.
Hell no.
Just
that old archaic bullshit.
Yeah.
The F out of here.
We'll be in 23 personnel every damn play. Like, I'm good, man. I'm good.
So you mean to tell me you wouldn't want me back, man? 12 personnel, man. Hey, how about 13 personnel, man? How about 325 personnel, man? How about, I don't even know what the hell that is, man. But I think I might make it up. Let me tell you something, man. How about a little spider Y2 banana?
Oh, boy.
So then I'm not a real Raider. What the fuck, man? Get the F out. Bro, you're about to get unceremoniously blocked.
What the hell?
This is a troll right here. Oh, yeah. I know you. This is a troll. Trolly McTroll a lot.
Yeah,
East Oakland in the house. Yo, let me tell you something. If you want to see the Raiders go backwards and fucking lose, then you're not a real Raider fan. I don't give a fuck where you from. You could be from the goddamn moon for all I care. But you're about to get unceremoniously blocked, East Oakland.
That's real.
F out of here. Shit. Your effing nonsense. I'm not bringing this fucking bum back. And I don't even cuss like that on my show. But God damn it, we losing now. We were losing when he was here. Go do something else. That's the definition of insanity, bro.
Yeah, why would we do that again? That don't make no sense.
The F out of here.
That's crazy. He said, bring back Gruden, bro. For a third time. Like, what the hell are we talking about?
Third time's the effing charm?
Bro.
What are we doing? How about we bring them back, right? So it'd be like strike one, strike two, then strike fucking three. What the F is going on here?
Yeah, That's crazy. That's crazy. Man, there's no way he was serious about that, bro. There's no way. Man.
About to be unceremoniously effing blocked in here.
Man.
You're effing filth.
You done wasted off, man. Come on, man.
Yeah, man. You're not a real Raider fan. You gurgle. You don't like John Gruden. Get the F out of here with that bullshit.
Man. Yeah,
and that's the thing. He probably was serious as Tony the Tiger.
Yeah.
My man DeMarcus Webb got it right, man. In the immortal words of Screwface, stop your blood clot crying. The Gruden ship has sailed.
Yeah.
The F out of here with that bull.
Man.
The F is wrong with this guy, man. Got me yelling, got me ill. The F is going on in here, man. Yo, I missed a couple of supers, man. My guy, thumbs up and subscribe. Thumbs up and subscribe. Shout out to my guy, thumbs up and subscribe, man. Yo, East Coast Gridiron teams should get college coaches to be coordinators and not head coaches first. College changes the NFL game a lot, and it gives rookies familiar systems that they are used to. Tom Brady said it's kind of a dumbing down of the game, right? I mean, what do you think about that? I mean, because there are a lot of guys that are acquiescent and they're coaching to try to help these young quarterbacks along. But I don't know. There's just something to be said about a pro quarterback, man. Look at what Andy Dalton did to us last week.
Yeah, I mean, but you know what the problem with that is now in today's game is that if you're trying to plug and play a rookie quarterback, expecting to have success right off the jump under a pro style type of offense is going to take some time. And in this day and age, they want the guys to be ready to go now. So that's why you get these college coaches, kind of bring a continuation of what they learned in the college game and bring it over to the NFL so they can see immediate success. And we've submitted to that. We've pretty much like, okay, let's go ahead and do that. And that's why you got the NFL the way it is now, a watering down of the game, just like Tom Brady said, man.
That's right, man. My guy, George Hubbard. Wasted, please let them Gruden jokers know there's no love for puppets in here. That's a damn fact, man. Yo, Peyton Hurdle. Gruden would have passed on Bowers drafting Bucky Irvin at 13. Yo, man, listen. Hey, Ernie Garza, man, get the F out of here with this nonsense.
Man.
The F out of here, man.
Bucky Irvin.
Bucky, high stakes. Or we might as well we got Bucky Larson for owner right now. So himself. Let's say that. Yo, my God. Sean Yost from West Baltimore. Nah, I got love for Mark Davis, man. That's my dog, man. For real, man. You know what the thing with Mark is? A lot of people try to dog Mark, but let me tell you something. There's a lot of money to be had. You need money to win first in the NFL. This is a business.
That's right.
It's a biznai. It's a biznai. John, listen, let me tell you something, bro. You know, he's not the football mind his father was, but he is definitely twice, 3 times, 4 times the business mind his old man was.
Yeah, that's a
fact. You get the F out of here. Sean Yost from West Baltimore, there is no wisdom in the second kick of a mule. In the case of Gruden, the third kick, these cats call for Gruden are smoking at 1980s grade crystal meth. Get the F out of here.
What?
I mean, goddamn. They're up here on some, my mama makes crank in the bathtub. Like, what the hell we got going on here, man? What the F? Yo, what the F are we talking about here, man? Yeah, they triggered me, dog. They triggered me, man. I don't know. I got to calm my ass down. I'm getting ill in here, man.
You know what it is because there's a group of people, a group of fans within the nation that really truly believe that John Gruden is the guy. That's the problem.
The guy to do what?
Get the job done again, bro. Like for a third time. Let's go.
Hey, man, what job you talking about, man? If you're talking about me making the Raiders crash and burn, man, I'm your man. You're talking about me and a guy to be one of the worst drafters that there's ever been in history. Man, I'm your man too, man. Let me tell you something, man. Hey, you know what we're going to do? When I come back as head coach, we're going to go strictly off of Walt's big board, man. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Yo, oh my God. Woo. Yo, shout out to my dog Walt, general manager in training, bro. Shout out to him, man. Yo, man.
Hilarious.
Yo, my dog Walt, he says, I don't believe anybody believes in Gruden. They're just trolling or just young and stupid. They might be old and stupid too, Walt. Yo, my guy, David Walker, Newark's very own, the Brick City's very own. F. Grew. He had 5 first-round picks and did nothing with him. F him!
Man.
F we talking about here, man.
Exactly, man. Exactly. What are we talking about?
Yo, we wildin', man. Yo, my guy, Shabuzi, my dog, man. Becoming a member of the Wasted Talent Army, man. Salute to him. Shout out to you, my brother. Shabuzi says, seriously, we've got to have this one. Salute Supreme Talent. Yo, I appreciate you, my brother. Appreciate you for joining the Wasted Talent Army, man. It's the best way to support the channel. Everybody out there, y'all going over there. And yo, guys, before I forget, make sure y'all going over to Big Mike Raiders channel, y'all. We gotta run them numbers up for Big Mike Raider, man.
Let's go, man. Let's get it.
We gotta run it up. Yeah, y'all go make sure y'all subscribe to my brother Big Mike. Listen, there is a reason why Big Mike is in the pantheon of great content creators because he himself is a great The numbers don't dictate how great you are at this job. This man does a great job. He deserves it. You go support Big Mike Raider like your life depended on it. What the F are you waiting on?
What y'all waiting for, man? Come on.
That's right.
With the boy. Let's go.
Right.
Let's get it.
Yo, my guy, Black Suede, I want to see Madison get more carries. I do too. I want to see him get more carries early because I want the running game. I don't want them to abandon the run. I want the running game will open up play action passes, plays downfield, some of them long bombs to Trey Tucker. It's going to open the middle of the field up. It is imperative that the Raiders run the football early often and effectively. See, we talk about not abandoning the run, but we have to get out there and run the ball effect. We are last in the league in rushing. That is a goddamn crying shame. Shit, I've never seen us be last in the league in rushing. Never, ever, ever, ever. My guy David Walker, Brick City's very own, just subscribed to Big Mike Radio. Appreciate you, bro.
Man. Thanks for the support, bro. Appreciate you.
My guy Walt. Hey, people. What many are missing is putting some of this shit since 2011 on Mark. No, I'm not missing that, Walt. I'm not missing that. What I will say to you is this, though. You know, without Mark, we don't know. Like, somebody else might have bought this team and changed the name. You never know what could have happened, bro. You see what's happening to the Oakland A's. The town of Oakland, the city of Oakland was never going to, they've lost 3 sports teams in the last 20 months. They don't give a shit. The city of Oakland, Libby, I don't forget what the mayor is now, but they set the stage for this. They want to turn Oakland into like the new Silicon Valley, right?
Yeah.
They don't really care about that. And when you start talking about how many sports teams there are in the state of California, it is a lot. You know, the most highly taxed state. You know, you got Gruesome Newsom and them guys out there, you know, effing everything up. Mike is out there. He knows better than I do, right? So, so for me, when I sit there and I look, saying to myself, I say, hey man, you know, we don't know what would have happened. Mark Davis came into this thing with the Raiders in the red.
Yep.
So I would say the first, and then he had to clean up a lot of his dad's bullshit.
That's true.
Right. So now it is 2024. It's been 13 years since the death of Al Davis, right?
Yep.
But what I can say is the first 5 to 6 years, he had to deal with he had to clean everything up. So I'm not going to just totally shit on Mark Davis. And I think the problem with Mark Davis is that he has rabbit ears. Yeah. He listens to the people around him. And sometimes when you have too many people in your ear, it all depends on who's the closest to you when you make the decision. And are they the right person to be giving you advice?
Yeah. And you know, simultaneously, he also had to get in the good graces of the NFL.
Yeah.
You know, for the longest time, the Raiders were blackballed. You can argue and say they might still be. Yeah. He's still working on trying to get us back in the good graces. So, man, give him some time, give him some patience. Like, be patient with Mark Davis. He's doing the best he can. I think he wants to win. A lot of people are saying that he doesn't want to win. All he cares about is the money. I don't think so. He wants to win. He's following the legacy of his dad, and that means something to him.
Yeah, man. And I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Like, if he didn't want to win, he wouldn't be as vocal. He wouldn't be as accessible to the fan base as he is. He wouldn't have listened to us with the Antonio Pierce thing, because there were a lot of people who didn't want AP.
Yeah,
I am a guy who, and in full disclosure, I wanted Antonio Pierce as soon as they brought Ed Dodds in the building, and they didn't hire Ed Dodds. I knew Jim Harbaugh wasn't coming here.
Yeah, that's a fact.
That's how I viewed it. Feel like if Jim Harbaugh was coming here, they would have definitely interviewed him.
Yeah.
I don't think that there's on any metric that you wouldn't at least have a conversation with Jim Harbaugh.
Yeah.
So I don't think Harbaugh wanted to come here at all, bro. I don't. So if you don't have Jim Harbaugh and Ben Johnson going back, then you hire Antonio Pierce. Go ahead, Mike. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, my brother.
Nah, I was cutting you off, man. But do you think that bringing in Tom Telesco kind of killed that momentum, that synergy between him and Chip Kelly? Because I thought Chip Kelly should have been the GM.
Chip Kelly being the GM?
Yeah, Champ Kelly. Sorry, Champ Kelly.
Champ Kelly, yeah. Look, Champ Kelly, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I like Champ Kelly. I've heard some great things about him, but should he have been the GM?
Yeah.
I don't know. You know, I don't. I don't know enough about Champ Kelly's real resume. He's another guy that we've brought in, and we give him credit for things that we don't really know is on his resume, and he's never really been a GM. You know, I would have, if you're asking me, and I could have went and got whomever I wanted, it wouldn't have been Champ Kelly. It wouldn't have been. I would have went out there and gotten a proven GM. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I wouldn't have hired Tom Telesco either, bro.
Yeah, me neither. And I thought that Champ Kelly was a better choice than Telesco, just because there was a synergy between the two, between AP and Champ. that I thought would equate to success, with this team. And it could still be. I'm not saying it's not, but I felt like that would have been a better move just because it was continuation. It seemed to work well together. The vision of the team seemed like they would probably link up as far as what they wanted to do, vision wise. I don't necessarily see that yet with Telesco, but it's still early in the game.
Yeah, the only thing that I worry about with Tom Telesco, I like the fact that he's the best player available kind of guy.
Yeah,
I like that. What I don't like is he just seems like he is a very pedestrian kind of a GM. He's not going to go. He's not going to swing for the fences.
Right.
He's going to be just good. He's going to be just good enough to get you beat, right?
Oh, right.
I'm going to need for him, no matter what happens this year, no matter whether we make the playoffs or whether we're a dumpster fire, I'm going to need for him to get the best quarterback possible for this offense, because it's getting to a point now where you understand it's a quarterback-driven league. You got to get a quarterback. Yeah. This is part of the reason why I supported getting Derek out of here, because I just thought that we were in a holding pattern with a guy that was never going to elevate our roster.
Yep.
And, he's a good quarterback with a loaded roster. But if you're paying him top 5 quarterback money, that means that you can't stock, and especially if you're drafting bad, can't go out there and stock the cupboards with the kind of prerequisite weapons that he has. So do the best thing for him and the organization. Allow him to go to greener pastures. Allow the Raiders to build this thing up, get some rookie contracts, draft better, have a bunch of draft picks, stock the cupboards with players in depth, and then go get your QB. I have no problem with that. I think that the Raiders are at the point now where, starting to stock the cupboards a little bit.
Yeah.
Go out there and go move heaven and earth and get yourself a quarterback, man.
Yeah, no doubt, man. No doubt.
Yo, shout out to everybody in the chat. Yo, my guy East Coast Gritter Than Iron is in the chat, keeping things on fire. Bro, somebody asked me a question about Hassan Reddick. I'm going to be honest with you. I've said this. We've talked about this ad nauseum. You guys, do me a favor. We're supposed to be doing some fantasy football. Get that fantasy football stuff in. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. We've been on here for an hour and a half. And this stream has been powered by BetUS. Shout out to BetUS. Listen, up to $2,000 on your first 3 deposits, BetUS will give you 150% of your first deposit, 125% of your next 2 deposits. Betting on anything from the NFL, NBA, NHL, baseball, snooker. I mean, whatever the F you guys want to bet on. By using YouTube 150, you guys going over to BetUS like your life depended on it. Tell them Wasted Talent and Big Mike sent you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Even Big Mike.
Hey.
Darn it.
Hey, next year.
That's right.
Next year. Yeah, next year,
right.
Bro.
That's
year.
right. That's right. That's right. My bad, man. I didn't want to put words here.
Nah, you good, bro. You good.
Yo, my guy, Gino or Richardson today? Gino or Richardson, man?
Oh, man. So one side note, right? If you're betting on prop bets, get yourself a Richardson interception in this game. Woo! He's going to throw an interception against the Steelers, one of the best defenses in the league. Stack it up with some other stuff, but Richardson interception, like your life depended on it. But, Richardson is a fantasy football, like he's one of those guys that can get you some yards on the run. He's good for a big play. He throws some interceptions, but he compensates that with his yardage with the run and the pass. So I'm starting with Richardson. I mean, that's the safest bet.
I don't know if it's so safe, Big Mike. I'm gonna have to disagree with you. I mean, Anthony Richardson's off to a rocky start this season, man. He's thrown 3 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, and now he got to face one of the best defenses in the league. Pittsburgh is holding their opponents to 8.7 points and 229 total yards thus far, man. The Steelers have also struggled in getting in the end zone, and they've been relying on field goals, man. So,
it's to me, it's because we're talking about fantasy football. Now, if we're talking about who's going to play better this week, you go Gino all day. But the fact that Richardson can get some yardage, out of the backfield running the ball, that counts for something. You know what I mean? Like him, it's a mixture of both. You know what I mean? Like he's good for a goal line touchdown. You know what I mean? Like things like that. Like there's a higher chance of him getting, ways of scoring, whether it's through the run, through the pass, goal line, things like that. There's a higher percentage of that. Better quarterback, Gino, for sure. But
I'm looking at it from a time perspective, time of possession standpoint. I said, the Steelers have not been getting in the end zone, but they've been holding the football a lot. right?
Yeah.
And I'm also looking at it from a perspective of, those interceptions do matter
Right.
in fantasy football. It matters, man. It matters. Geno
Now,
Smith, man. I mean, I don't know, because see, I got to look at it from this perspective, right? Like when you start talking about, they're going up against a Detroit Lions team that is, man, it's a pretty damn good defense, man. It's a pretty damn good defense, man. So look, Geno Smith has been a guy who has not been pedestrian, but he has not been, freaking, lighting the world on fire. You know what I mean? Geno Smith has been a guy who has been for fantasy points about 19.3. You know what I mean? He's been doing pretty damn well, man. I mean, he's not really rushing the football a lot, but man, the guy hasn't thrown a lot of interceptions. I would, for me, I'd probably go Geno Smith because of the fact that he's a more consistent player. He's going to get you more consistent fantasy points. If you're going to go for that boom or bust factor, I would go Anthony Richardson. I think Anthony Richardson is going to have a rough game today.
This
is the reason why I'm bringing up all these numbers. I'm thinking he's going to have a rough game against that Pittsburgh defense.
Yeah, writing's on the wall. I'm a gambler, though. You know what I mean? Like, hey, boom or bust. Richardson,
you go with the boom, right?
You go with the boom for sure. But I will say this about Geno is that when last time they played the Lions, that was a shootout. So it seems like whenever they meet each other, there's some points on the board. So maybe you see a repeat of what we saw. I think it was last season where it was a high scoring affair. I think early on last season when they faced each other. So you might see something similar to that. Just those teams can't figure each other out offensively. So, maybe Geno does have the bigger game. I don't know if we gave him the answer or not, but
no, I gave him the answer. I'm going Geno Smith.
I'll go Richardson. I'll go Richardson, but there's strengths for both sides, bro.
That's a fact. Shout out to my guy, man. Yo, and like my guy Devin Smith said, yo, Geno has DK Metcalf. I'm going Geno. Geno has a better assortment of weapons.
That's true.
Geno, even though they're playing against the Detroit Lions, man, I'm going to go Geno Smith, man. Now, Anthony on point. He goes, I sure hope we don't lose and not think of Mark Davis as the reason. Mark Davis is the reason, bro. No, Mark Davis doesn't suit up. Mark Davis doesn't play. Mark Davis goes out there. He does the best he can on the business side. He hires and empowers the people to make decisions, and he allows them to do their job. And that's what we've always wanted.
Yeah,
I'm not going to stop it. He's doing everything we've always asked for.
Right.
When Al Davis was old, we wanted that to happen. Now, has he hired the right people? That remains to be seen.
Yeah.
Right. Only thing Mark Davis is guilty of, to me, is listening to our fan base too fucking much.
Right.
We wanted Gruden back. All of us. Wow, you imagine how this team would be if you got Gruden with DC? Oh, man, we got to go. Yo, we got to go. We got to get John Gruden. You imagine we bring John Gruden back? We all was happy when John Gruden came back.
Yeah.
Everybody was happy. Now, I really, look, man, I kind of wasn't, because I looked at what was going on in Tampa Bay, and I didn't like what they did to Jack Del Rio.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. But nonetheless, once Gruden got here, I was happy. But that happiness waned as soon as he traded Khalil Mack. As soon as he traded Khalil Mack, I was starkly against John Gruden.
Yeah, 100%.
From pillar to post. When he traded Khalil Mack, I was pissed. And I never got over that. So F that mother effer.
Still got my Mac jersey in the closet.
Yeah, I still do too, man. I love Khalil Mack, bro. I don't love him anymore because he ain't a Raider anymore. He's been killing us. He plays for the Chargers. But when he retires, I will give Khalil Mack his flowers. But I'm going to tell you something, bro. All Mark Davis has ever done, we said we need a new stadium. If we made more money, we'd be better. All he's done is just do what he's had to do. So Anthony on point, right? So you say it means he sucks? Because, he's listened to the fan base. He went out there and tried to appease the fan base. Every owner tries to appease their customer base, bro. At the end of the day, we're customers, bro. Like, you talk about all these other owners and stuff. All these other owners are just, some of them are very fortunate. You have people who grew up in the football business like the Rooney family. God bless them. Art Rooney Sr. was a guy who allowed his sons to be a part of the product. Al Davis did.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And all owners have bad runs of things, right? It's all until you get the quarterback and the right amalgamation of people. Like with the New York Giants. The New York Giants have been very successful under the mayor's watches.
Yep.
Right now, it's not going so well.
Yeah.
I'm going to be patient because, that guy started off in the negative. He started off in the negative. He had to build a stadium. He had to move this team. He had to erase all of that fucking debt from his dad. There was a lot going on. All Mark Davis has done is given the Raiders a new stadium, brought in star players, paid for coach after coach after coach, guys that we wanted, right? And I think that at this juncture, he needs to listen to himself.
Shoot, just imagine trying to find investors when you got no money.
Yeah.
Come on, man. That's what Mark Davis essentially did, moving the team to Vegas. Like he's on a unbeaten path that no other owner has ever went through. Yeah. There's no other owner that's been through this same path, man. I mean, at least I can't think of one. So we got to give him some sort of grace, just a little bit. And he kind of grew into this spot. When he became the owner, once Mark Davis passed, he didn't know what was going on, but he's grown a lot in those 13 years, man.
Yeah, I mean, and a lot of people say, oh, he hired AP. Come on, wasted. He hired AP.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, who the hell else were you going to hire at that point? If you're not hiring Jim Harbaugh, if you're not hiring Ben Johnson,
I would hate to think, bro.
So I'm just asking y'all, if there was a chance we get Jim Harbaugh, then I understand that. But a lot of you assume that the Raiders had a chance at Jim Harbaugh. A lot of y'all assume that. So I'm going to ask you, right? If you're leaving college football and you know how important it is, to get a quarterback, and you can go to a situation where you have a quarterback and you have an ownership group begging you to come in there and give you total autonomy.
Yeah.
Look, man, to me, hiring AP, if you don't have Ben Johnson out there and you don't got Jim Harbaugh out there, and you're telling me that, it's either AP or Mike Vrabel, I'm going to go with AP because he was the guy that was in the building. He deserved a shot. Hopefully Mark was smart enough to leave a trap door in the AP contract. Let's see how AP does going forward.
Right.
So everybody's talking about excuses. It's no fucking excuses. It's the reality of the situation.
Yeah.
I don't need to make excuses. And neither does the Raider fan base. We don't need to do that. It is about the reality of the situation. The reality of the situation is the Raiders were in an uphill climb with Al Davis's declining health and mental acuity for the last few years of his life. It was what it was. You know what I'm saying? The Raiders were in a bad situation financially. There is no other team that has been in a financial situation as the Raiders. No other team. So I'm not going to blame an owner who goes and is trying to win, because there's a dirty little secret in professional sports. There's a whole lot of owners that don't give a shit whether they win or not. You think the owner of the Miami Dolphins gives a fuck whether they win?
Nope.
You really think that?
Carolina Panthers, same thing.
Yeah, Carolina. You think David Tepper? I think he's just stupid. I think he wants to win. He's just stupid, right? You got a lot of owners that don't give a shit whether they win or not.
Yeah.
They make the playoffs once every 3 years. They're not really trying to win, bro.
Yeah.
So get the F out of here.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. And real crap and real shit. There's a lot of people, and there's been 25 years of crap. And let me tell you something, Anthony on point. I don't know how on point you are right now, Anthony. But what I will tell you is, I've been here watching this team well before these 25 years, right? And there's always been some shit. And I'm going to be honest with you, bro. I'm sitting back and I'm taking stock of what happens this season, because we don't know if Antonio Pierce can't turn this around. This is a game that we're going into where the Raiders could be 500. Then we're playing Denver. Hopefully we get some of our guys back. Then you could be 3-2.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Listen, for me, I'm not going to blame an owner that's trying to win. I blame Mark Davis, bro, when he makes a mistake. The next mistake he makes, hiring somebody, I'm going to blame him.
Yeah.
I'm going to blame him, right?
Yep.
Because, look, Jack Del Rio was a good hire. I personally think Jack Del Rio.
They let him go too soon.
Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think they let Jack go too soon. The Reggie McKenzie thing, I think that was working. He's short. If I can blame Mark for anything, if I can blame Mark for anything, I can blame him for that and bringing in John. That's the biggest thing. I'm not gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
I think he blew it. I think he fucking blew it with that.
Yeah,
And I think that was karma that blew up in his face. Yo, Josh McDaniels, I can understand the ideology from that.
I can understand. I didn't like it from the beginning, though.
Yeah, I know you didn't like it. Me, I'm the kind of guy, I'm going to support it until it don't work.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's just me, right? But I'm looking at the odds. I'm like, well, damn, man, somebody from Belichick's culture tree got to be all right.
Yeah.
I mean, goddamn, right?
Yeah.
So if it would be anybody from Belichick's culture tree, it would be that fucking guy.
Right.
But it didn't work out that way. It didn't work out that way, bro. So I'm gonna blame him for that one. This AP thing, boom. Now it's on Mark. Because now you've done it. I'm gonna give you 3 strikes and you out. Right? Now you've gone through this hiring process a few times. You ran Hugh Jackson out of here. You've done this a lot.
Yeah.
You've done this a lot. I'm gonna allow the Antonio Pierce thing to play out. I understand the ideology behind it. I get it. But sometimes you have to take the road less traveled to be successful. So after this cycle, if this Antonio thing breaks apart and it doesn't work well and Tom Telesco shit, then I'm blaming Mark Davis. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with him. But I'm at this point, I'm giving him his chance. I think he made a good decision with AP. And like you said, bro, like, who are we gonna go to? You know, that's the real answer. Who are we gonna go to if we didn't have AP? We'd be talking about Vrabel at this point with probably Getsy, and our offense would look just as bad. So, come on, let's, I'm giving him a chance, man. I'm gonna
give AP a chance and see, because I'm older. I remember when we used to have to wait for the TV money to fucking make our payroll. So I'll always give Mark Davis credit for making us financially solvent and making us a real organization.
Top 10 in the NFL right now as far as revenue. So he's doing something right.
Yeah,
he's
man.
not
Amy
a coach.
had to go get loans for payroll. Now we don't got to worry about money. And that's the one thing. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I remember being a fan of this team in the 90s and the early 2000s when I knew when there was a big free agent out there, we weren't getting them. I knew it. Because I knew we didn't have the money, bro.
Yep.
I knew we didn't have the money. No, we don't got to worry about that. That's one reason why I've been starkly in Mark's corner. Yo, I love going to – look, I've been to Oakland Coliseum and I've been to the Coliseum out. I've been to Allegiant Stadium. Stark difference, bro.
Yeah, big difference.
Stark difference. But I remember when the Raiders, bro, had to wait to get the TV money to pay their payroll, bro. Yeah. So, yo, this is where I'm coming from with my support for Mark. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro.
Yeah.
Judo Joe Black, same thing, bro. I've been a Raider fan since the 80s, bro. I remember the Raiders being the poverty franchise, bro. I love the fact I don't gotta hear our name. I love the fact that the Raiders are one of the best franchises as far as generating money. Because this shield right here means a lot.
Yeah.
It is one of the things that set the table for the National Football League.
Yeah.
So to me, God damn it, I'm gonna let this thing work out, man.
Yeah, we were talking about this last week. Like, the Raiders are one of the most recognizable franchises, or something like that. Was it like, as far as value goes, like 8th or something like that? What was that number?
Let me see. I forget.
You don't have to pull it up, bro. But this is one of the most recognizable franchises in the world, man. And Mark Davis is finally taking this brand and elevated it to a point where, monetarily wise, it's matching.
Las Vegas Raiders. Yeah. Las Vegas Raiders are the 8th most valuable franchise in professional sports. Number 1 is the Dallas Cowboys, 9.2 billion. Number 2 is the New York Yankees, 7.10 billion. The Golden State Warriors, 7 billion. The New England Patriots are tied with 3 with the Golden State Warriors. Los Angeles Rams, 6.9. New York Giants, 6th at 6.8 billion. Chicago Bears at 6.3 billion. And the Las Vegas Raiders at $6.2 billion. Right behind them are the New York Knicks. So you got both my teams right there.
Yeah, see. And shoot, you went from being like 30 or 31st in the league to being tops in all the sports. That isn't bad ownership right there. That doesn't equate to bad ownership to me.
Yeah, man. Anthony on point. I can't argue with you, bro. So honestly, I believe Mark wants to win and loves his team. He just sucks with it. I can't, bro. Until proven otherwise, bro. Yeah. Anthony on point is actually Just that. On
He's on
point with
point
that
with,
shit.
yeah,
He's
no
on
doubt.
point with that, bro. Yo, man. Yo, I'm be honest with you, man. But yo, shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Big Mike, man. What do you think? You think we need to bring the train into the tracks? It's almost 12:20, man. It's
Yeah,
almost 12:20, man. You think it's time to bring this? Hey guys, really, really quick. Yo, my guy AC Bar, school him wasted. I'm 51, been through the glory years too. That's a fact, man. That's a fact, man. Yo, let me ask y'all a question, man. If you guys got any fantasy questions, go out there, get your fantasy stuff in. If not, we're gonna get out of here, guys. Listen, TJ Hawkinson is nearing a return. Nick Chubb's near to return next week. These are guys that are still out. You know what I mean? Chris Olave is expected to play. We got to go out there and get a injury report too with the Raiders.
Yeah.
Big Mike, do you have that anywhere, man? I was trying to find the game time injury report. That should be out right now, man. I don't know.
Let me pull that up real quick.
Give that to the masses before we get off the air.
Another thing real quick, guys. If you have Joe Mixon starting, go ahead and switch that out. He was a game time decision. They listed him as out. So you guys want to go ahead and make that move accordingly, man.
Shout out to Big Mike with the smack. Deebo Samuels is expected to play week 4. He has an injury. He's not a guy that I would start, if I don't have to. Listen, man, there's a lot of people that you guys can go on there and you could start. Give you guys a few tips, man. Chris Olave had a great game last week. He has 6 passes, 86 yards and the touchdowns. He ate up the Eagles coverage, man. He will face a really zone-heavy team with the Atlanta Falcons. The talent is undeniable, man. And this may be an ideal matchup. You know what I'm saying? He's a high-end starter too, man. Drake London has also been a guy who's found the end zone each of the last 2 games. Drake London is starting to be what he was projected to be, the new Mike Evans. Drake London's a guy that you want to start like your life dependent on it. Justin Jefferson, of course, he's wide receiver number 1, period. Jordan Addison's on track to return from a multi-week ankle injury. We'll got to see if he's going to get out there. I don't know. He's a game time decision. Christian Watson for the Packers, man. Kind of went, I think he played already, right? Did he play? No, they ain't played yet. But Christian Watkins balled out last week. Did they play Thursday night?
I don't even know who played Thursday night.
I don't know, man. It's crazy, man. I've been out of it, man.
Yeah, me too,
Garrett
man.
Wilson found the end zone for the first time last week. I think you're going to see a heaping helping of Garrett Wilson this week, man. Also, another one, Jamar Chase, man. He took advantage of the Commanders last week. He had six catches on 7 targets, 118 yards, touchdown. He's been using the slot and outside a lot, and putting Chase in, man, is putting you in a position to succeed. He's wide receiver number 4 on my list. I think it's time for him to break out and Joe Burrow to break out of that malaise that he's had. And my guy, George Pickens, man. Pickens is facing a Colts secondary that's pretty banged up, man. And he's starting outside next to Brent's, man. I think, he's going to eat up the Indianapolis Colts today. So, George Pickens, like your life depended on it, Big Mike. Any fantasy questions in the chat before we get out of here, man? Let me look down here.
Let me see.
Yo, Walt is blocked. Get the F out of here. Freaking Walt.
Man. Yeah, Walt.
Yo, wait.
Today too.
Flex Worthy, Waddle, or Strange? You know what? I'm going to be honest with you. Patrick Mahomes throws a lot of touchdowns. The kid Worthy is looking like he might be one of those next fantasy guys, but you got to go, I would go Worthy, man. Even though Waddle is a wide receiver 1B, they have quarterback issues. Tua Tagovailoa is out. I would go Worthy, man. Patrick Mahomes, if he does nothing else, he throws a lot of touchdowns. And that kid seems to be a guy who, they haven't bracketed yet. He hasn't garnered the attention of defenses as much as he possibly should. Worthy is seeming like a guy that's good for a touchdown a game. I go with Worthy, man.
Yeah, I agree. Go Worthy. I don't know if you want to switch.
I would start out with Kamara too. You got a weak run defense with Atlanta.
Yeah. Now he was a game time decision as well. So, kind of be weary about that one. He was questionable, but he is going to play. So, go ahead and he's been on fire lately. Hopefully he still gets that same volume runs and catches and things like that. But you definitely start Kamara, man. He's definitely been playing at the running back 1 level right now at this point.
So we got another question in the chat. Shout out to you, man. Kyle Pitts or Najee Harris, man.
Ooh.
Kyle Pitts and Najee Harris, man. That's a freaking tough one, man. That's a freaking tough one.
The Falcons aren't using Kyle Pitts the way they should. And Najee Harris, you just don't know what you're gonna get with him.
Look, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. With Kirk Cousins, if Kirk Cousins does nothing else, he throws to the open, man. The Falcons are gonna use a heaping helping of your boy Pitts, man. You know what I mean?
It needs to happen. It's been long overdue. So yeah, I would go Kyle Pitts. I'll go Kyle Pitts for that.
I would go Kyle Pitts, man. You know, Atlanta, you know, with that Bijan Robinson, Drake London, they have a triplets down there. I think this is the game where Pitts breaks out, man.
Yeah, I can see that. For sure, man.
All right. So what we got here? I'm trying to get all these questions out of the way. We're gonna get off the air, man.
Pitts or Bauer, Isaiah Gray, Pitts or Bauer, you going Bowers all day, man. And that's
Brock
not even his Raiders. Yeah.
That's not a Raider bias. That's a factory, man. You know, Brock Bowers is looking to be a top 10 fantasy option in this league, man. Brock Bowers. Yep. You know what I mean? Yo, guys, listen, I think it's time to run the train into the tracks. This episode has been powered by BetUS. Shout out to BetUS and shout out to my brother Big Mike Raider on YouTube. Going over there, hit that subscribe button. It's almost 500 of you guys in the room early in the morning, which is amazing. Guys, look out for your brother Wasted to go live after the game like I always do. We will break this game down. Guys, pull on up. I appreciate every single one of you guys in the chat who support myself, Big Mike Raider, and all of Shieldmore and the Shieldmore products, man. Shout out to James Furpo, man. Later, man. Later. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe, man. And make sure you guys shout out BetUS for all of your gambling and sports needs. Listen, let me tell y'all something. BetUS will give you up to $2,000, 150% of your first deposit, and 125% of your next two deposits. Going over there, place all your wagers with BetUS. Tell them Wasted Talent said you use code YouTube150 for you to get that deal. Guys, we're going to get on out of here. Y'all have a terrific, terrific day. Shout out to my brother Big Mike. It's been real, man, and we are here every effing week rocking for y'all. Yo, I'll see y'all next week, man. Peace. Well, I'll see y'all tonight, actually, after the game. Big Mike will see you guys, too. And make sure you pull up Reaction Monday tomorrow as well, y'all. We're going to get up out of here, man. Peace.
Peace.